devastated. It's like, man. And especially when you said there was a dustpans and I just
boxes breaking down. There was hoses and brooms and shovels, man.
Next time, save some of that fun for me.
I will.
Come on through there. Bust down some boxes.
Sounds like one of those. How many friends do you have that'll help you move? Because that's who you know your real friends are.
Yeah,
real friends will help you move, and real friends will take you to the airport.
Yeah,
real friends will take you to the airport.
That's that one.
Yeah, what time do you fly out? 7:15.
Yeah, that's that real friend.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and in Atlanta traffic. Yeah, you owe them a case after that.
They'll take you down and pick you up.
Ooh. Nah, I'm at the age now where my friends don't help move. They're just like, hey, I know a guy. I know a company you can call.
When it's not friends or when it's associates, I'm like, do you just not have the money for Uber? Because why are you asking me?
Right.
Like, why would you want me to inconvenience my day? Literally want to take 2 and change out of my day.
I will reserve one
to
for
go
you.
Run you. Like, boom, there it is. I'll even get you an XL, so you got a little bit extra leg room.
Little leg room.
I try, but that's the thing that gets me, right? Because it's gotten so much better. You can even schedule it now.
Yeah, and they will be there.
What do you come to me for?
Bright and early, pick you up.
No, I can't get down like that. But this is not an economics podcast.
No,
and it's not those friends
not.
and family. This is This Week in Barbecue, the barbecue-focused podcast that brings you hot takes and even hotter news. And do not worry, we are not looking dead in the camera addressing Drake. Woo! And sitting across from me, someone who likely will look dead in the camera and address Drake, as he's we're going to call him Mr. Dijon for this episode. If you check the shirt, Mr.
I tell you, you know what's funny about this? Oh, I'm sorry, you do your intro.
You can at least say your name, then tell us what's funny about it.
James Welch.
All right, now what's funny about it?
I got a lot of looks on this shirt today. I got a lot of looks because those who know.
And those who don't were confused.
Those who were confused are probably still confused, and they're on the socials talking about how they didn't like the halftime show.
Oh, gosh.
I don't understand how you can't like it.
Very true.
It was entertaining, at the very least.
Very entertaining.
I had all this dancing. It was moving.
Oh, gosh. And the person who's making sure we're in focus and sometimes in line, Mr.
Lee Garmin.
I know people were walking around like, what's that other black guy from Peanuts? There was only Franklin. It's like, that's not. We're just not going to address you.
It's Franklin's little brother, Leroy. Oh, my goodness.
Oh.
How was your week, man?
The week was better than Drake's.
He's had a bad year.
He's had a rough spot of it. But can you have a bad year and still be worth like close to $500 million? Because I'm like, at that point, like everyone's got their feelings about it. I'm a Scrooge McDuck, bro. I'm backflipping into my money, just breaststroking, frog stroking, counting these 20, just having a ball.
Absolutely. And I think about this in two different aspects, right? They say one, there's no such thing as bad publicity.
True.
I don't know about that anymore because
there's a lot. That Diddy tape really didn't help him.
This is rough. This is rough.
It's a rough go.
And then two, you're absolutely right. If I'm still worth all this money, do I really care what people are saying about me?
Exactly.
As long as I'm getting paid. But that's coming from me and I'm broke. So
I'm broke with you, and I'm like, hey, everyone's. What do you think? I really don't think anything. It doesn't help my bank account going around. Dot ain't coming out to smoking out the hub. But if somebody does know Dot smoking out the hub this summer, the hottest thing happening in Compton, come on through. We're gonna have all the crew there, some barbecue and maybe even some Dijon.
You know what?
Oh my.
It's all in Compton.
It is. It is all in Compton. Come through.
Compton.
Come celebrate. Right? Come lay it out. We can get DJ Mustard on there. He can yell mustard while we slather some butts with mustard and toss it on the smoker and rum. Be a good old time.
Or maybe I can start my own thing, and instead of saying mustard, I can say binder.
It just doesn't have the same hit.
I can.
There's legal ramifications
Put a little accent on it or something.
Yes.
Put a tilde on it.
Yeah, put a tilde on it.
So it's fancy. No, man, but the week was a good week. Speaking of, I got to hear all this stuff.
Yeah. Is it presents?
for me.
It looks like a book.
It is.
I don't read.
I know you can't.
All right.
One time, for everyone's favorite blue, yours and mine, Chewy, this man went to Italy and got me a custom leather-bound and embossed journal, little pocket journal. For those of you who know, I absolutely love writing. I always keep a book on me where there's field notes or something. I'm always taking out notes. But I love this. This is really cool. So
That is cool.
Does
it smell like leather?
It does. It's that Italian leather. He was in Italy and picked that up for me.
Nice.
So I just had to start it off by saying that. Congrats. And speaking of fellow blues, our buddy Biff, he is his season of Next Level Chef will be dropping this week, February 13th. Go support him. Go check him out. Go support Queen Naisha and the whole crew, Ramsey and them. But we were able to talk with Biff last year as he was releasing. We're going to bump this up now.
Oh, man. Yeah, also, it's the second gift of the day.
Hey, man, I'll be out here,
I love Next Level Chef, though. It's I just, the drama is really what I tuned in for. It's crazy. Like when you have people running and fighting over ingredients that only like sit there for, 30 seconds?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And you gotta move. You gotta move.
Got to be a big man with elbows.
You gotta be able to swing. Hey, can you fight?
Mm-hmm.
That's part of the recruitment process.
Exactly.
So thank you to my buddy Biff. Appreciate it. And it is veteran-owned, operated. Go support yours who support and protect us. Some amazing flavors here. The Wingman all-purpose.
Nice.
Can't hate it. This hits. The Greek seasoning.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, this hits. This
Can't
is
go
a
wrong
really
with
good
that.
one.
Yeah,
So if you guys are in that Mediterranean, and their taco blend is very, very, very good and very amazing. So they've got all types of recipes that come with it. So check them out. Go support. It'll help them a lot. There's a nice, send me a letter here.
Fan mail. I love it.
Hope
Better than
these
hate
bottles
mail.
make it to you. Thank you again for everything you've done for me. Mentorship. Oh, man. Hey, anytime, Biff. Anytime, brother. Thank you, man. Thank you.
That is fantastic.
It is. So go support his uniform still is blue. Well, it's blue and green, just depending on how fast he's going. But thank you, brother. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Rashid.
I guess I'll
slide
share.
those down.
I mean, you can pop the cap and smell some. We can share them.
I'd be like, I got some beef out in the car. I can get it cracking.
No, but I just had to mention that. But the week was, like I said, got to hang out with Chewy. We went and saw Brian.
Yeah.
Definitely got a lot of food, a lot of great barbecue. He was doing these beef cheek sandwiches. So he did the smoked burger, then did the chopped beef cheek on top, and it was.
Oh my goodness! Is this new menu item, or was it just a
little,
special?
It's a little off the. If you know somebody knows somebody, a little hidden menu.
Sounds like Brian's having fun.
He's having a ball.
Yeah.
He was in his bag. Made this amazing bread pudding.
Wait, so you had food and dessert?
Oh, yeah. I mean, but trust me, I want you to know, I throughout the whole thing, I didn't enjoy nearly as much as I would have enjoyed, helping you clean out the garage. I need you to know that. I was distraught the whole time. I had to eat the dessert because, I was trying to eat my feelings about the garage.
I really do appreciate you taking one for the team, though.
Hey, someone had to do it. And you already give so much. Showing up here with pants, making the ultimate sacrifice.
It's tough sometimes, one leg in front of the other.
For those who are listening and slightly confused, he is the only person I have to tell to put pants on before we go anywhere.
It is a challenge. And you're not the only one. I mean, this is coming from friends, family, strangers. Please, sir.
Start to think you have a problem.
That's fantastic. I'm glad you guys got a chance to go out and see him. I'm sorry I missed it. As you mentioned, I was cleaning the garage, thinking about my poor choices, and still not drinking. So, I mean, I was cleaning the garage, I was missing barbecue, and sober the whole time.
Yeah.
And then the Super Bowl hit.
Yeah.
And still sober.
That's a rough go.
I have made a mistake.
Hey, you are almost halfway there. We're roughly the halfway mark. A couple days will be halfway.
You know, I drive past liquor stores like, you know, single fathers drive past their kid's house.
Do you just walk by your liquor cabinet and just wave like?
Yes,
Wait for me.
It is tough.
Wait for me.
I'll be out soon.
Oh God.
I'll make parole soon. Fantastic. Well, good. Well, you know what? I know that we're still in Black History Month. This is our second week.
Yes.
I know we went a little hard last week. And
I don't think so.
We had some good feedback.
It was positively received.
We had a lot of good feedback.
People were like, "No, we like this. Run it back." It's like, okay,
Yeah.
let the man do his thing.
So we had the Black History Month episode and during Black History Month, and then we had your Flavors of Black Excellence. We're hitting them double time. It's crazy, you know. One thing about Black History Month, and I'm going to just say this piece, and then I'm going to leave it alone.
Okay.
There's two pieces.
Okay.
I was at home and I took a look at Google Maps, and it now says the Gulf of America, which is crazy.
The
second part about Google is that Black History Month is no longer on the Google Calendar. I'm going to just leave that right there.
Wait, what now?
Black History Month. They took it off the Google Calendar. Black History Month, Women's History Month, Gay Pride Month, Indigenous people, all of that stuff has been removed. Now, they claim that it's been gone since the middle of last year, right? But, yeah, look it up. Google removes.
I'm looking.
Yeah. Black History Month, Women's History Month.
I guess we're switching off of Google.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a little interesting, but you know what? You don't even have to worry about Google.
Oh, shocker. President's Day still there.
Oh, well, we just going to rename that to Barack Obama Day. Since we just renaming things now.
Can we at least make it Viola Davis Day?
Ooh, you know what?
Nothing that she's done significant on that day, but I mean, if we're going to put a name on it, put Viola Davis on there.
Or Kerry Washington. I'll take either one.
Hey, now.
I'll take either one.
Can we, if we're being real, can we just name it Nia Long Day? Because Nia Long been fine for forever. Since fine been fine, Nia been there.
Capital F.
That's all I'm trying to figure out. Like, I don't know what the skin routine is. I don't know how much water you drink in a day, but Nia Long been fine since forever.
It's all juices and berries, man.
Yeah, that's basic. Her, Maya. I don't want what Erykah Badu on. Erykah Badu got that stuff that got Common and them twisted. Had Andre 3 Stacks wearing shoulder pads in the music video for no reason.
Now he playing flute.
Like Erykah, you got to run away from. I can't. But Nia Long and Maya, just go ahead. Nia been fine. I said what I said.
You want to leave it right there.
Right where it need to be.
But I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna hit you with something else. It's Happy Frankfurter Week. You know, I'm going to bring the color, you know. That's right. A whole week dedicated to sausage.
I've been the shade my whole life. I've never been accused of being lacking of color.
Listen, hot dog week is here. Sausages, we love them. I mean,
Frankfurters.
Who doesn't love the sausage? No Diddy.
Pause.
Yeah.
Pause.
But, you know, it was interesting that it is Frankfurter Week because last week, you know, we tied in Black history and we talked about family cookouts and how it brought the community together. Mm-hmm. And the thing about Frankfurters, it's already a staple at Black cookouts. I mean, you know, it was almost like an appetizer because the grill would fire up and that's the first thing to go on. A couple of dogs, a couple of burgers before the ribs came on and everything, the ribs and chicken, right? And they've always had a place on the grill. And what I don't understand is why they always had to be burnt. Did you have burnt hot dogs as a kid?
We would, but I didn't like mine charred up like that. Pause. If I had me and put my meat between two buns, hold on. But no, I didn't have them overly charred up that way. I don't know. I feel like growing up though, that was it. There are just certain things that are cultural and community and just like race based, right?
Yeah.
Like if I put up a photo, like how many older black male in a linen short set with those Jesus cruisers.
Oh,
you know that's
absolutely.
uncle. That's somebody's uncle.
Absolutely.
You already know what that is.
I got 3 of them.
And he's going always, hey there, young blood, let me show you how to work that grill. You know, right there.
Won't get up off the grill either.
Won't. Not once you give him those tongs, you ain't getting them back.
No.
And he gonna flip that same burger patty for hours.
Hours. Be like, it's already it's blacker than midnight, man.
It is. There ain't no juice left in there. But some of those fond memories are culturally just ingrained. It's almost in the DNA of it all.
Yeah.
But no, we grew up with. We did do the cookouts. I remember when we came to the States from Jamaica. I distinctively remember several kickbacks that we would do in Manhattan.
Okay.
And the music would be playing, the fresh off the boat Jamaicans like myself. We'd have our little white beers and jeans on. The music's going, red stripes everywhere. There's about 2 split barrel grills. We got jerk chicken on one, corn on the one, being charred up to who knows what. There's a game of dominoes going on, but that's just what barbecuing food does.
It really
right?
does.
That's just it. Now, not everyone may have had those elements exactly, but you had them in some way, shape, or form.
Oh yeah.
And my thing is, has that stopped? Do you think we've lost that?
I don't know. I think in some respects we may have, just because of where people live and locations. And then we look at how COVID has had an impact on travel and people getting together. And I don't know if people get together that much anymore. I mean, when I was small, or when I wouldn't say small, because that was like, when I was going to the gym, when I was a little child, we all used to live on the same block, within 2 or 3 blocks from each other. So it was easy to walk over. But now I have Alabama, New York, DC, Chicago, Denver. Like, we're just so spread apart that it's hard to get together.
It's not as easy as it used to be because you grew up with your cousins.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Everyone had their cousins.
Yeah.
Your cousins were always there. Your favorite cousins. I grew up with mine. And there was a bunch of us, but that's just it. Now, I don't think that's happening. I don't know. There's a shift, a cultural divide happening, obviously, but it has really long ripples and effects that I don't think we've fully seen yet.
Yeah, I don't think we fully understand them. I think that life just kind of takes us in a direction where I'd love to get back to the point where we would have Sunday dinners and just have open houses, and your cousins and your aunts and uncles will come over. Everybody gets a plate. Somebody's fighting. Somebody mad at somebody else. You know what I mean? It's just, you don't see that much anymore.
Yeah, growing up with my aunts, the doors were never locked. It was just come through, whatever you want, whoever needs something. So-and-so's mama's working late, come by, get a plate for dinner, and mama gonna pick him up. At the end of the day, I don't know. I think there might have been a season where the fear of one another took over. So it's like, no, don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
It's wild. Hopefully we can ease on back down that way, ease on down the road.
Well, hopefully. That's not too distant history, hopefully.
Yeah, just one generation removed.
Yeah.
Quick little update there, guys. Don't forget, I don't know if I still can't say this part of the news yet. So I can't say that part yet, but I'll say the other stuff. Lone Star Smokeout tickets are on sale. Snag them while the snagging is still good. Remember, that is May 2nd to May 4th this year. There is a huge lineup of musical talent, of barbecue talent. They actually have the barbecue talent list out, so you're going to have the ability to get food from like Curry Boys Barbecue, 2M Smokehouse, shout out to those guys. One Time for Hurtados, they're going to be over there. Rosser's Blue Cord, one of my absolute favorite. Panther City Barbecue and Salt Lick, they're going to be there. Little Miss Barbecue, they're bringing in and out, not in and out, but they're bringing people within Texas and from out of Texas as well. The musical lineup, do it look like you got to listen to country?
You got a little country in you.
Little twang. I do got a nice hat that I'm gonna break out for this one. I've been holding on to it. Y'all better watch out.
You want to borrow my boots?
I actually have boots.
Nice.
I actually have boots. I picked up 2 pair, and boy, I'm stepping and sliding. Don't come mess around with me.
I didn't know they were that comfortable.
They are.
I've
always worn boots, so I slipped in those, and I was good with it. But we got Cody Jenkins, John Party, and Midland. I'm sure that's somebody somewhere. These names might as well be in a different language to me. Only one I clock is Paulie D, and that was last year, catching up with him. But there's some great performance. Jojo DeSalvo, what's that? I don't know. Same. See, I don't feel bad. Tucker Wetmore, I guess he's related to Wetless. Who knows? There's just a lot.
It's going to be a good time.
Oh, Caitlin Butts. Maybe she does barbecue.
You know
and
what?
If you don't, you should, because your last name is Butts.
Or OnlyFans. I mean, you got to take advantage, man.
Hey, the way this economy is going, someone messaged me in saying they loved my line last week where I said the economy's over here river dancing while we're all trying to make it by. So it is.
It really is.
It really is. We're just trying to get by it. But what do you got for us on a little bit of the news there?
Oh, man, I was just going to go dig into a little bit of the history. I'm still thinking about them hot dogs and how they even got here, right?
All right.
I mean, I think everybody, well, not everybody knows, but, sausages, first thing I think of is the Germans, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, immigrants, German immigrants, they brought over their culinary staples, the sausages, the bratwurst, the sauerkraut. And when they settled in cities like Milwaukee, Cincinnati, and St. Louis in the 19th century, you had the African Americans and the Great Migration moving up from the South, bringing their own traditions, and they just collided. German and black populations, and in all of these northern cities where they started to fuse some of their cultures together, and they got hot dogs, and we extra just put a whole bunch of stuff on top. For example, you got the Chicago dog, and mustard, onions, pickles, tomatoes, poppy seed bun. Just no ketchup for whatever reason. But, I mean.
No, they get mad at you sideways in Chicago if you order a dog with ketchup. I saw that happen in my face. The cat in front of me asked for ketchup. When I tell you people to snap that, I was like, nah, son, let me just get however you got it.
You take a little packet and put it in your pocket.
Yeah, in the back. You got to bring your own ketchup.
And now you're smuggling ketchup. But I just thought it was interesting how, as a child, you never think about where hot dogs come from, but as you get older and you start getting in, the grocery store. But it's just interesting how, cultures collide and they come up with these amazing dishes where, no one really understands, but, you go and order a Chicago dog and mow it down. You never really think about how it got to be. Right?
Yeah, right.
But that's just a little, sprinkle of Black history on you. Black history meets German.
No, I dig that. And well, since we're sprinkling foods and whatnot and just coughs and yelling, wanted to speak on a topic we can all relate on.
I'm going to get mad.
I think we're all going to get mad. Why are eggs so expensive? And I have a phrase. I'm a backpedal because I first off, I don't think people understand how important Waffle House is to the economy and to the U.S. structure.
Absolutely.
Do you guys know that FEMA looks at Waffle Houses to see how bad a situation is? That if a Waffle House is still up and running, then the situation can't be that bad. And they'll sometimes fan and set up perimeters within 5 to 10 mile radiuses of a certain amount of Waffle Houses at a time. Now, we'd have been through housing crisis, recession, worldwide pandemics. And now, at this point, this juncture, Waffle House has said, hey, enough is enough.
Right.
Run us our money. You want eggs? It's 50 cents extra.
Come on.
Per egg. So, your all-star that you usually get, scrambled cheese or 2 sunny side up, that's going to run you an extra $1.
That's crazy.
So, from now here on going until things get better, hopefully, you want any type of eggs with your Waffle House, 50 cents extra per eggs.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I bought eggs this weekend, $10 a dozen.
Yeah.
It was 10. It was 9 and some change. Sorry, I round up. But still, I'm gonna hit you with something. Now think about this.
Hopefully
right?
it's not an egg because you can't afford it.
Well, no, if I hit you with it, I'm gonna come and pick it up.
Running with a skillet like, nah, we're going.
Everybody's talking about the egg crisis. No one's talking about a chicken crisis.
Yeah.
Why is that? Why is that? No one's mentioning chickens.
They're not. And chicken prices are actually lower.
I can go buy a whole chicken right now, $5.
I got a monstrous case of legs. Kroger had that $5 legs, and there's usually like 6 in there. I picked it up this time, and it must have had like 12 legs in there. I was like, hey, where the 6 birds go?
Right. Apparently they're not making eggs.
Apparently. So that's the weird part.
We have an egg crisis, but no chicken crisis.
Hey, it is. All I know is these egg prices are, and it's only us in the U.S. that's affected because nowhere else is concerned right now. They're like, no, we good on eggs. We over juggling it. I saw someone on TikTok juggling eggs as they made breakfast. Like, y'all are paying how much for this? I'm like, man, it's $1.40 over here for 12.
I know. I saw videos. They had expats from around the world.
Yeah.
And said, go in your local store and see how much eggs were. They were all sub $2-3.
Exactly. And it's for 12 eggs. I'm just really trying to understand. Like, that is outrageous, right? Those are those prices, those little things where it's just getting more and more expensive. I was talking to, I'll put a business. I was talking to a chef at an event about how she's having to restructure her menu just because the little ingredients like eggs, butter, so-and-so has just spiked. And 3 to 5% may not seem like a lot, but when it comes to that bottom line and you're losing, 5% revenue daily, that's how you close doors.
Yeah, it adds up quick. It really does.
It's those almost invisible things that you don't normally focus on that get you there. That get you there. I don't know. I don't know. It's gotten to a point. Luckily, we don't have anything eggs that we offer. I've never been happier. It does suck because it's hurting me in the mornings. I'm full egg whites now. I'm like I can't even. I get a whole egg every other day. I got to make them bad boys stretch.
What about powdered eggs?
I just can't. Just like having powdered potatoes. I can't do it. It's just
I don't know.
Like here's a powdered chicken roast or powdered nugget. I'm like, I don't want to do one of those.
We don't even know what nuggets are made of nowadays, so it could be powder.
I can break a bird down all type of ways, set it every way but loose. I ain't never seen a nugget on a breakdown. Got a tender, I got a loin. I don't know where the nugget comes in.
Yeah, but these egg prices, and I don't know what makes eggs the hot commodity. Like,
you need them for everything.
Why
They need
eggs,
them in all, in a lot of bakeries, a lot of baked goods. I know Starbucks I'd be hearing for their poultry, with their baked stuff that they put out front. But then again, they are also making sure you got to pay to use the bathroom, and they're not giving you any more free waters. But who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? Well, not our field.
And actually, you're absolutely right about that, because when my daughter was young, she actually had an egg allergy. She developed an egg allergy, and so when your child develops an allergy, obviously you're out at the supermarket, you're looking at the ingredients of every single thing that you buy. And you're right, eggs are in everything.
Yeah. You're like, oh, okay. Didn't realize this, but they're there some way, shape, or form. They are in there. Let's see, what do we have here?
We need to solve the problem.
Of eggs?
Yeah.
I don't know. What would be the solution for eggs? I mean, there's substitutions you can do in baking and stuff, but just whatever it is that's going on. They said it's the bird flu that's knocking it all out.
It's the bird flu, but yet we still have
going back
plenty
to the
of chicken.
Yeah, we're
right?
going back to chicken.
Somebody, this math ain't mathing, y'all.
No, I 1,000% agree on that the math isn't doing what it's supposed to be doing. But, such is life. Yeah. Such is life. Another topic we spoke of last week that was a crowd favorite that I wanted to address again after our experience. Can you bring your mic out of your left elbow? Ain't no trying. You just got to go to your face. You know, trying to hear your armpit talk.
Here we go. Are we there?
I feel like we're there. We'll fix it in post. So the subject of tipping seemed to have triggered some nerves. Can we form some allies? But we've got another segment, and this hot take is brought to you by, once again, unofficially Melinda's, and we gonna run it back one more again for the one time. Yes, there's
one
slots for
bottle
10.
still
Yeah, it's
Why
the
you all
nine. It's the 9-pack.
Y'all judging me real hard. I done told you where the 10th bottle
Are we
is.
missing some out of the far right one?
You guys know. See, this is not. You know where the 10th bottle is. All right, it's on my desk because it had to get got. Now, these are good. You can have these. You just can't have that one. That's all I'm
Understood.
saying. So today's hot take. We running it back on tips.
All right.
But I'm gonna share the story. So we wrap up last week. We decided to go get a little bite, a little treat. Had me a little beverage. We had a little bit of the mini birds. Had some wings.
Just kicking it.
Just having a good old time. Then we get the check.
Ooh.
I'm treating. We're gonna be good. And I have this perplexed look on my face. You ask me what's up, and I just slid you the receipt, which I normally don't do. If I'm treating, it's on me. But I said, hey,
We're all friends here.
just take a look at this for me. See if anything stands out. And what did you see?
You know what? Oh, yes. The 22%.
Yes.
What?
The 22%.
Yeah.
It reared its ugly head
It did.
once
Off
again.
the rip. Or it was automatic.
Lee, are you ready for the story to get even crazier?
Oh my, yeah. Let's
I'm
go.
going to go ahead and tell you how the story gets crazier. So, yes.
If you order more than 50 wings.
So,
Do we have more than 50?
it's the 22% popped up off the rip on top, standing proud, 10 toes down. But you're not. You would think that it can't get any worse.
They're asking for more. Are they asking for more?
This is how it is. So you know how they do the suggested 22%. You're 20% of this amount is what you would pay for tip. The amount that's suggested isn't our bill. Now let me run that back because somebody's driving in a car with a confused look on their face, like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
The amount that they charge 22% on to suggest that we tip isn't our bill. Now, this is our ticket. They have the bill correct.
Yeah.
There's nothing on there that shouldn't be there. But our bill is $60, and they are using the 22% suggested at $82.
What?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they're suggesting
so
you tip on a percentage that's, 25% higher than your bill. Yeah, I know the math is not math, and I wish I was lying, but we got the receipts, literally, and a witness.
Witness. Witness.
Yeah, so they're asking you to tip. The bill was $60, $62.
Was there anything in there like suggested tip is off of an $80 bill, or was it just you did the math?
No. So that's what they put it on at the very bottom. But and here's the thing,
They're
you
getting
guys need to
sneaky.
read your receipts
Yes.
because
man,
they're
that makes me
going
mad.
they're
Do
going
some
to get
quick
you
math.
coming and going. Now I'm gonna simplify it. We'll take the journalists and the entertainment out of it. Our bill was $60. Keeping the numbers simple. The starting suggested tip percentage was 22%. And beside the suggested tip percentage, it said 22% of the $80. Now, we didn't have a bill for $80. Our bill was $60. But it's saying you should tip 22% of $80. Again, a number I don't have.
Ridiculous.
That is not my bill.
Ridiculous.
But that was it. And it hit him with the 22, 25, 28 was the tip count
80.
out.
On 80.
On 80.
That is
we didn't have on 80, we had 60. Now, shout out to our Rachel. She was dope. She was very kind, very polite. She didn't know what was going on. Sure. The thing, we didn't ask her about it. I just couldn't laugh and say, I can't wait to get back next week.
You know the servers aren't the ones
No.
putting in what goes on those
No.
pre-printed.
But that's wild to me. How are you going to suggest I tip on a number that I didn't spend?
Yeah.
That's just wild.
it is wild.
It's getting out of hand. The tipping culture, it's tip fatigue. The tip is fatigued.
Yeah.
Pause. I can't do it anymore. Like this is what will make you not want to go out.
No. Or just not tip, and now you're the bad guy. Yeah,
Am I the
you're bad
asshole
guy.
because I didn't want to tip 22% on a tip that wasn't mine?
Dude, I got a water. Why am I tipping?
Yeah. So shout out
got
to
charged $3 for
our
water.
brother Ali Khan. I love Ali, and if you guys don't know, as social as Ali Khan eats, go follow him, go watch his stuff, go read his writings. It's absolutely amazing. But Ali says, It honestly gives me a pause about dining out without a specific intent. The days of, I don't feel like cooking tonight, let's order pizza, are practically over. The cost of doing that and considering the variance in quality of what I'm getting versus making food at home just doesn't make sense anymore. Add that to paying for the service that doesn't go the extra mile because the serving experience has concluded. Yeah. It really is. Their expectations were exceptional places, and at 28% at IHOP, nah. And one time I tipped 30% after a near 3-hour meal at a legendary restaurant in San Francisco, and even the server said, whoa, you don't have to do that. And that was in 2005.
Wow.
And maybe the world has changed for good.
It has.
Yeah.
It definitely has. You know when I tip? I tip when the service is extraordinary.
Yes.
I tip when I'm sitting there and I look over and the family that just left a trough of trash all over the ground. Because, wow.
You had to do all that.
You ain't have to do all that. You know,
barn.
It's just, you tip for extraordinary service, not just because you brought the plate over and slammed it down, right?
Yeah, I feel everyone starts at a certain percentage for me, right? And whether you do your job or not determines how much is left
Yes,
after that.
there you
Because
go.
I'm very much in I want to, because I've been in those spots and I know how this can help. But if you ain't even trying to do your job, if you do the perfect example, Einstein's Bagel.
Okay.
Go get your bagel, your coffee. They hand it to you. But before that, they want you to tip them. What am I tipping you for? You're doing your job.
Right.
Your literal job is to hand me the food.
Yeah. You didn't even make it.
You didn't. You ain't run me through the specials. You ain't offer me nothing. It's not like I ordered a medium and you hooked me up with a large.
Right.
Nothing. No convo. What you want. That's it. Anything else? Boom. And once again, brings me to the AI hostesses and stuff that we've been dealing with.
I was going to ask you a question.
What's that? Tap to save, and then it's just gonna ask you a question right
Yeah,
here.
just going to ask you a question.
Just right there. You can tap, and they don't want to. Then they'll never look at you.
Oh, no.
They'll immediately find something else to fiddle with, and then all of a sudden, the second you're done, oh yeah, I'm done. I'm done doing that thing now. I just want to know.
To be continued.
Like what is it? Someone said, "Why am I tipping so you can spell my name wrong on a coffee cup?"
Right.
That's pretty good.
So my question to you is, you gentlemen, who do you think is to this two parts? So who do you think this falls on? Is this us, the customer? If we can't tip these suggested percentages, should we stay our ass at home? Or is it the establishments? Now, mind you, this is also a very loaded gun, a very sharp double-edged sword for me, because we got buddies on both sides of the fences.
Absolutely.
We got buddies who own multiple restaurants, establishments, but I know my guys are paying their guys extremely well, and they expect a certain level of work out of them, right? Like even when we were over at Brian's shop, he expects the guys. They don't split tips with managers. Those guys get their tips, and we tip them out.
Yeah.
And they expect table gets up, you're at the table, bust it down, get it, go check, go walk around.
Yeah.
Don't be in the back on your phone. I hate seeing that. Like, why are you on your phone? I'm over here trying to get your attention. If I knew you were going to be on your phone, let me get your WhatsApp or something so I can text you and be like, hey, we've been sitting here. I need another refill. You forgot it last time.
Right, exactly. Got time to lean, time to clean.
Exactly. Bust something down. Don't do that. So is it on us, the consumer, to make sure we're closing the gap, or is it on the waiter, the service staff? Is it on the corporation itself? Because Chipotle, you can't charge me extra for guac and then think I'm gonna drop something at the bucket at the end of that line.
Absolutely not.
It can't be both.
I don't know why I'm even in the Chipotle. I blame the establishment. I blame the business. I blame the business because they could pay a living wage, and they could have a no tipping policy.
Right.
Like, hey, don't worry about it. Tip free. If you want to tip, you can, but it is not like we don't even have a line on the receipt. Don't even worry about it.
There you go.
Because we pay our people enough where they can, at least cash a check. I'm not saying you can go out and buy a house, but I don't even know what a living wage even means anymore. Like, I mean, what does that even mean?
I don't know.
But if we go back to tipping, put it back on the establishment. Put it back on the establishment.
What is the living wage and the
Yeah, I don't even know what that means.
living wage varies by location and family size, but is generally higher than minimum wage.
Okay. Well, what's the minimum wage? $7.25.
I guess.
What are you getting on $7.25?
A headache and an attitude.
You can't even buy eggs on $7.25.
No, you can't. $70,000 is marked as a comfortable living wage.
That is insane.
Yeah.
That is insane.
Yeah.
But it's all expensive. I mean, even if you stay home and you order a pizza and you order Uber Eats, like everybody has New Year's resolutions. So you get to January and, you stop drinking, or our thing was no one orders out in January, right? So tried that thing, right? You order a Chick-fil-A sandwich for breakfast, you'll pay $13 for the sandwich, but it's another $15 to have it delivered through taxes and fees and things like that. And you're tipping on top. Mm-hmm. I just say stay at home and cook.
At that point, you might as well.
Yeah.
And it's saying right now, and I guess it's gone up, the average salary in the U.S. is $66,622.
Yeah, a living wage is $70.
Yeah. I know for a fact that there's a lot of people there ain't making no $66,000.
The system is broken.
Oh, it's been broken.
It's been broken.
But that wild. And I know you're like, oh, it's a barbecue podcast. Where's the news? But this is part of it. This is a cultural effect of
absolutely
when these things get out of hand. That's why some of your favorite menu items don't make an appearance every day like they used to. Now they've suddenly switched to specials. Yeah. And that nature, tipping can single-handedly put a business out. And on the off chance, there are some businesses that require and are leaning on that and need that little extra push of, hey, we kind of, if you got it, if you got that little bit, we'll hold, we can take that. Yeah. We'll take that little extra 20, 15% over the course of the days from all of these waiters or waitresses to make ends meet.
And you hear horror stories. I mean, let's just say tipping was it is what it is. It's accepted. You just do it automatically, which is basically what it is now. But then I hear horror stories about owners that will keep the tips. Yes. And it's like, man, you can't win for losing.
Yeah, there was a brewery that I stopped dealing with because they were stealing the tips from the bartenders, and they were using the tip money to pay managerial roles.
And then they make it illegal to punch people. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Hit us with some more Black History facts.
You know what? I'm going to pause on the Black History facts because I see you got a segment in here called Bad Advice. And I was intrigued. I mean,
I just wanted to talk about bad advice that you've been given. And did you realize it was
Take
bad
this job.
advice?
Oh my goodness, bad advice. Okay, so let's clarify. Bad advice, like just in general, barbecue.
We can do barbecue, or we can shotgun it and see what the spread is.
You know what? I never followed this, but I had heard this advice, and we go stick to barbecue at first because this is a barbecue podcast.
Hot takes and hot recipes.
Hot takes, hot recipes. Boiling ribs.
Who told you to do that?
You know what?
Oh God!
The names have been changed to protect the innocent.
Are they innocent?
Not really anymore. But I've heard this.
The treachery.
I've seen this.
The treachery.
Not in my house. Don't boil your ribs, y'all. I mean, every time you do this, I think Rashid sheds a tear. He ain't even got. He's in the bathroom brushing his teeth, and you get a little tear down the side.
A single tear comes out. Like, who's boiling ribs?
Who's boiling ribs? That is just sad.
Golly. That is bad. That is really, really bad.
That is awful advice. I mean,
and the funny thing is, some of your guys' favorite quick stop barbecue joints, all they do is boil their ribs and slather it with Sweet Baby Ray's, and toss it in the oven. It's Black History Month. I ain't slathering Sweet Baby Ray's on a damn thing. If y'all don't understand, Sweet Baby Ray's is not black owned. That's not at all. Just try to let y'all know.
It goes down the same path as the Pearl Milling Company. Google that. Yeah, boiling your ribs. Bad advice.
Yeah.
Bad advice.
It's not. Don't do that.
There's definitely better ways.
Yeah.
There is. I'll give some. I remember Shotgun on season 1. Damn near killed us all. Because this man thought it fit to pour 2 bottles worth of lighter fluid in a, what were we on back then? I think in a big green egg.
Oh my!
To
In
start
an
it.
egg?
In an egg. He said, I was like, what are you doing? He's like, nah, man, the best thing you can ever do. This is how you're supposed to start your fires. It's like, this is how everybody needs to start theirs. That was the advice he was giving me. Mind you, the first run of it was like this, because there were certain events where they'd let us go kick off our pits, and I was starting mine up with chips and wood splits because that's how I run my rigs. He's like, nah, let me give you some advice. And he brought me over to his green egg, which was half full of lump, and he proceeded to... And then you get the stop where you got to let more air in.
Yeah, you got to give it a break.
Yeah. Just, and we got to the. Then the balls of it all to take the bottle, chuck it, pop a new one. I was like, oh Lord, we're gonna die.
Oh my God, what fire was he starting to do? Like,
I don't know. He must have been trying to cook a pterodactyl or something. But
from
I don't
the air.
know.
Like, God.
Took that match and all you heard was. I was like, oh Lord.
It's like a mushroom cloud.
Fireball
Ridiculousness.
So that was the worst advice I'd ever gotten. Obviously, I did not follow said advice.
You don't take that advice.
You don't do that one at all. What did I get? What did someone say? That was a guy, and this is, you can always tell people saying, you can always see the food that they take the shortcuts in.
Okay.
It was with pork butts, and I was at, they used to do this pork fest. Myron used to go out there back in the day down there in Atlanta. And I was talking to some of the guys there, seeing what they were doing with their pork butts, and he's like, hey, save yourself 2 hours on the cook. It's almost pullable. Just go and get you some of these mixers from your baking mixer. It's like, yeah. Go ahead and you put that in. He had it. You go ahead and you clip that into your drill, and it'll break that pork up for you. I was like, so are you using power tools on pulled pork? Are you wanting me to drill butts? Pause. Like, what are we doing? He's like, sir, if I got to bust out power tools, I'm doing something wrong.
He's like, spatula, fork, Black & Decker.
Like, what are we doing here? Why do we have a DeWalt sponsorship? Why? Hey, these pork butts were brought to you by Ryobi.
I know.
No. There's no universe that I do my job right that I need power tools to shred my pork. I have on my news broadcast. Because when you do these news
What about
spots,
the claws? I know you love the claws.
I can't stand. I have boxes of claws that brand sent me. I'm like, these will never see light of day. We're doing the news broadcast. I got my. I'm showing them how to season prep the pork butts. We've got our final plate. We got the one that we're going to build, and then I'm talking to Natalie, the anchor, about it. And I said, well, she's like, well, how do you know when it's ready? How do you build it up? I was like, well, if I did my job right, I should just be able to go here, grab this, and go. And they didn't know what I was going to do. So you actually hear a gasp in the studio as I just reach my hand and pull, and the meat just falls out of the bone and starts shredding. You just hear, what? It's like, yeah, it's just that simple.
Witchcraft.
No DeWalt tools needed. This love Home Depot, but I'm not going there to get my pulled pork.
If you need power tools to pull your pork, it ain't done.
It's not.
Put it back.
Be patient.
Put it back.
Like, oh yeah, but it's chopped pork. No, it's undercooked pork, and you just still trying to make a buck. But I ain't even mad at you, because sometimes maybe that's what you got to do.
Listen,
if that's what it is, go ahead and get you a boneless pork butt. Butterfly it out even more.
Yeah,
that'll expedite your cook, and then go ahead and do some chopped pork. But don't call it pulled pork, because you can see, Desk job.
Yeah, I got my power saw here.
Walking around with a skills on just to make food. Like if you, like, hey, what's the circular saw for? I'm serving ribs.
Yeah.
What?
Oh my God, that's crazy.
Well, any other bad advice kicked your way?
Keep flipping the meat for even cooking. That just doesn't even make sense.
You don't have to.
Yeah.
You don't always have to.
You doing gymnastics with it? You Simone Biles and flipping meat? What are you doing?
Simone Biles of brisket.
That's right. Oh my God. Get out there, flip brisket. I think I'd laugh. I think I'd keel over and just lose it.
You'd be surprised some of the things that you see.
Oh.
And I watch and I'm just like, how did you get here? Just like how someone had the world thinking that you needed to season your coals before you lit them.
Yeah.
That don't make no kind of sense to me.
0 cents.
It's
0
just
cents.
Practicality. It just practically doesn't make sense. Just go through the motion yourself and you'll see where the fault is.
Yeah. Exactly.
No, I just wanted to hear some of those bad advice statements because bad advice will get you messed up, especially when you're just starting the game and you don't know what to do. That's why you got to use a reliable source like This Week in Barbecue.
That's right.
To get you some proper facts and some direction.
You're going to learn today.
Yeah, and if not, it's going to cost you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Either learn today or pay tomorrow, but either which way is happening.
Here's something that might be a little controversial.
I like controversy.
All you need is salt and pepper.
Ooh.
Mm.
Ooh. Hey.
What you do with that?
I was like, what are we talking about, though? 'Cause
it
it could go a long way.
It can go along, but I'm going to let y'all know right now. All right. I've been in the kitchens. I've seen the pantries. All right. Everybody who's going to their favorite barbecue spot in Texas where it's just salt and pepper, it ain't just salt and pepper.
It's not just salt and pepper.
I've been back there. I've seen what's on the shelves. All right. I've seen a mix. I'm not going to name no names.
Because that ain't what we do.
Whether it's turtle rubs or not, I'm not naming no names. But I will let you know right now, it ain't no salt and pepper. Now, it might be a little salt and pepper and a pinch of onion powder. Mm-hmm. Might be some granulated garlic. And you guys don't understand. There is a world of difference between powder and granulated. That's a topic for a whole other episode. Ooh. But that's a world of difference. But I'll let you know right now, it ain't no salt and pepper.
No.
Right, so it's salt, coarse pepper, a splash of onion powder, some granulated garlic, a little garlic, sea salt, some Lowry's sprinkled in there, just a little shimmy, a little shake.
Gotta add a Lowry's.
And they keep it pushing, but it ain't no salt and pepper. Don't do that to yourself. Don't believe that was lies.
But people do. They do. They like, hey, I see guys on the internet, salt and pepper, salt and pepper, salt and pepper. It's like
I see it.
You should start with.
I saw Rachel Ray trying to make a roast chicken. She just put salt and pepper. I was like, "Where's the rest of the seasoning?"
There's no rosemary or nothing on
here. We're just gonna lightly static this bird, huh? Yeah. Okay, all right now.
And I would imagine for some cuts it might be all right. Like you keep it simple.
Yeah,
salt and pepper. You know, you go out there and.
But
grill up grilling up a quick steak. I mean, I always have Lowry's. Like Lowry's, like I buy it in bulk.
Mike Lowry.
I buy it in bulk, you know. But just salt and pepper.
No, I don't fully believe in the just salt and pepper because that just it's the technique. Mm-hmm. Now, if you're salting and you got on a cooling rack 24, 48 hours before, then you might just really be good with salt and pepper because you've let that really go through. You've done some stuff.
Yeah.
But they don't tell you all of those extra bits. There is. You've got to understand the basics. That's the basics perfected. You've got to get those down first, understand the rules. Then you're like, okay, now I get why people do this. I really feel genuinely a lot of people are messing up because they're emulating something they don't understand. Mm-hmm. They're doing it without the history and the why behind it, and they don't realize how applicable everything else can be if they get why I started. Like, oh, why are you using that binder? You're using mustard. Like, I'm not using. I'm using my house mustard that is created using the juice from the pickles that I make in house, and this juice has notes of garlic and onion, and then our mustard still has those notes on top of it. So that I let that sit for 24 hours with our rub, then we smoke it. Yeah. But you're just seeing, mustard, seasoning.
You got some French's? Slap it on there.
Heinz, some boar's head, if you're really trying to get fancy.
Yeah, if you want to step it up.
That's just what you see. You're doing what you see without understanding the why, and that is going to trip you up.
Or just be prepared to ruin your meat. I mean, I can tell you the time that I put a lot of paprika on my rub and slapped it on the brisket. And I tell you right now, that thing came off the smoker looking like strawberry shortcake.
How was that bark? Just came right off like, yep, there it is.
Yeah, it's like, is it supposed to be this red?
I've seen people smoke briskets forever, and there's no bark form. There's nothing going on. I'm like, did you season it? What did you put on there? It's like, I use salt and pepper. What kind of pepper? Ground. Yeah, that doesn't work. That doesn't work.
You should have just tossed it on the ground.
Just kick it around the sandbox for a little bit. It'll be better.
But bad advice, man. You'll hear it from everywhere, but come here and we will debunk it. Actually, send it to us. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, leave a comment. Send it to us. Email us at thisweekinbarbecue@gmail.com. Send us a DM, however you want, a smoke signal even. Send a sing-along, Graham. We'll still answer it, but we'd love to know what you think. What do you got? Oh, you've got one on here that I do want to say. Bad advice. Char means it's done.
Oh, see, I wasn't even going to touch that one because we hit the hot dog thing in the beginning, and I was just like, that might be enough of the char. But yes, the char means it's done.
Char. Char does not mean done.
I don't know.
I can get char in anything. Give me 30 seconds in a hot skillet. I can get char in anything.
Man, look, darker don't mean better.
Hey, watch yourself.
I mean, well, hold on. All right, well, I'm saying this. I'm the blacker than midnight, the original darkness. But don't cook your ribs till they look like Wesley Snipes. You know what I mean?
I'm going to run it back. Get you a nice Nia Long rib.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
That's what you want in your rib.
Also, how many people out there do you think might have char and sear confused?
Oh, that's a good point.
A lot.
Yeah.
A lot. Yeah.
Because sometimes there's a big difference.
There's a huge difference because sometimes you try to char or you try to sear,
you end up with a char.
And you end up with a char.
I never ended up with a sear when I'm trying to char.
No.
That's
or if you did, tell me your secret.
And that's just the BTUs. That's your heat. That's your source. Management and understanding. Like, oh, my chicken always flares and gets burnt. Let me guess, you've been cooking it skin side down, and you forget that all that fat is just bubbling down underneath there, and you didn't set up no 2 zones. Set yourself up for success.
A little flare up, that'll get you every time.
And those chicken thighs like to catch fire.
Nothing but juicy fat. You do it right, it's delicious.
It is, but that's that prep. It's trimming off that excess fat, or if you're doing competition, removing the skin first, getting that skin layer off, then scraping that fat off, then rewrapping it. There's techniques. We might have to do a competition cook segment one day. Who knows?
That'd be cool.
I think just give out a little bit of advice. But char does not mean done. If you're new to the game, and even if you're not, you should double check your meats and temps using a thermometer. If you can't do the whole finger test and just know it, but especially with your poultry.
Yes.
Like I saw a video. I'm not going to even name the brand, but I saw a video that they had put up earlier today. They were talking about making chicken. They cut the thigh off and showed it to the camera. I was like, that chicken is not done.
That needs another 7 minutes.
Legitimate. But that's the weird thing, right? 5 to 7 minutes can take you from raw to perfect or from perfect to dry as hell.
Yes.
So
thermometer.
Keep a thermometer on it. Keep that thing tucked and ready.
I'm talking to you, my sister out there.
Who makes the shirts, and you might not get the shirts.
That you might not get the shirt. But, I sent a thermometer to my daughter. You know what she did? She sent me a picture back of some chicken that she baked.
Hey.
Looked perfect. Nice crust on it. Proud papa.
Someone in the family is using it.
Someone is using it right.
That's what you need. That's what you need. Anything you got coming up you want to share?
No, I should have said last week that we were making some briskets for the Super Bowl. I am horrible at social media, but I need to start taking. Yeah.
Which is weird because your social media works when you want to give me a hard time. That's what I realized. That's the only time it works.
Automatic. But I need to start taking better pictures and more videos of myself cooking so I can.
With pants on.
Yeah, well, I make no promises. I'm in my own house. But I tell you, you might get a reflection in the mirror that'll make you think twice.
I'm reporting everything. I'm reporting all of it.
But no, Valentine's Day is coming up, and I was thinking about little heart-shaped steaks. things like that. But my other half is going out of town, so it looks a little weird if I make a heart-shaped steak and just sit by my lonesome and eat it. So
No one will know you're alone. No one will know.
somehow they will know.
No, you just put that out there. You set 2 glasses out. It's all angles, you know. You'll be all right.
Light the candle, play some sad music.
There it is. Play some sage.
No.
Talk about being fine for forever.
Oh my goodness. No, we're gonna keep it low. I know I saw a few festivals that were coming up here that were local that I was gonna try to dig into. I'll get the names for them, but other than that, just slow roll, man. Just gonna take it easy. I already cleaned the garage last weekend,
Hey,
so I am good.
Sorry I missed out on that.
No, you're not.
Not even a little bit.
What about yourself? What do you got coming up? You're the man. You are the.
You know, the wheels on the bus go round and round type of jazz, man. Getting prepped and ready. Heading over to Colorado for a bit. You know,
Okay.
Start some fires at high elevations.
Yeah.
And it's weird. Like when I go to Colorado, you got to make sure you prep so you don't get hit with that elevation sickness. So it's a lot of water. For me, at least the day before and the morning of, and just make sure you're balanced out. The first time I went there, I felt like I got hit by a Mack truck. That elevation sickness just took me clean out. But
It'll sneak up on you.
Yeah, it did. Now I got to bounce. Now I know the procedure. Doing that, got Colorado, got San Diego.
Yeah.
We've been reaching out, and Vaughn, if you're listening, my man, been chatting with Vaughn, thinking I'm gonna pack up the Sprinter van and haul tires on over to Texas, do a little tour with them. Either that or I'll fly in and rent something for us to get around in and just hit up a couple of spots, tell a couple of stories from some fine fellow fire starters. have some fun that way. But it's shaping up to be a crazy year. Hopefully by next episode I can actually make the official announcements for certain things. We're just not able to do so as of yet, but it's going to be a good year, man.
Oh, we'd love to hear what's coming. You know, maybe I'll go down to Brian's this weekend and get that burger and the dessert that I missed out on while cleaning the garage.
You should. You
know?
You should most definitely do that.
At least get the brisket burger.
Yeah.
The brisket, yeah.
Brisket burger. If you go Friday, they do wings, but I would say just go Saturday.
Yeah.
You'll crush out Saturday.
Nice.
But no, man, this was a good one, very informative. We recapped it. We laughed. We cried and then laughed again. But this has been a great time. And thank you guys for listening to the latest episode of This Week in Barbecue. Do me a favor. If you're listening on your old Spotify's or iTunes or whatever that is anymore, give us a nice little 6-star review. And if you don't see the 6-star and there's a 5, just click that one. That counts too.
We'll take 5s.
We'll take it. I've been your host, Rasheed Phillips, and sitting across from me like ketchup does mustard is Mr.
James Welch.
And he kept us in line. I think this was actually fairly kept us in order this round. Man, working the 1s and 2s, Mr.
Lee Garman.
Yeah. See,
And I don't think there's an explicit tag
I don't
on this
think.
one. Yeah.
I don't think so. I think we can actually make this one out there.
Huh. That's good because I think some of my people from across the pond are listening. You know, well, I've been trying to advertise a bit, so I've been like just putting it out everywhere. And
this time I don't have to click the explicit tab.
Yeah.
Right on. Little gringa, you can listen to this one just okay.
No promises next time.
Yeah, can't do that. Y'all be good, take care, and as always, be good to another.